consider me to be a fly on the wall with a bird's eye view. I stare as my birth time drew near. The only earth I knew reared me in a world that I grew to fear. I do appear quite new to warm, and I'm like, what's up with the lights and the white uniforms? You're damn right, you're truly wrong. When a hand strikes a newly born, can't fight, I'm cruelly scorned. In a man's life, the beauty's gone. I was scared with fright through the storm. I'm prepared to write a mutiny song. It's a miracle, Lord. Damn, my dick is long. Nah, it's just the umbilical cord. Clip, clip, snip, snip, and now it's gone, along with my foreskin. One of the awful things they do to the offspring. This thing is lessened by the drugs they pump into my miniature body, making us addicts just that quick. That's their signature hobby. An infamous robbery. If I'm not careful, my shaft will break. It's coming up with creative ways to masturbate. I wanna be held. My father rebelled. My mom's unconscious. Went from a dark list to some boxes. It's obnoxious. Doctors poking pride. I can barely function. This is my first out-of-body experience in alien abduction. I'm barely a munchkin after just minutes of labor. They're putting my tiny footprints on some birth certificate paper. My personal hell of isolation began in an incubator. If I think of it later, slice open my wrist and check the microchip data. They didn't capture it on beta, film, or audio. Year made me a dragon. The month made me a Scorpio. The weak, feeble, helpless baby boy cried for nights. But that day was the time of my life. But that day was the time of my life. But that day was the time of my life. That day was the time of my life.
This is Donnell up in Prospect Heights in Pawtucket. Big shout out to Aaron, Scott, Craig, Kirk, and Frank, all up in Prospect Heights.
Hi, what's up? This is Sage. I want to give a shout out to Meg and the True School heads out there. Y'all should be ashamed.
So we're left with just one thing. The only thing I know that drives men to hurt, to want. This is about a girl, isn't it, guy? So stay the fuck out!
When freedom rings, no one hangs. Vampires grow golden fangs. Campfires glow, showing strange animals of the night run free. Come and see a fruit of labor pilfered from the country. Conch hoggers start to spill their souls. When we bridge the gap, we pay opinion polls. Billions fold from the pressure of beer-shaped mother figures cutting you out of their pictures. What's your frame filled with? Come on, what's your frame filled with? Filler? If I was a killer, then I'd simply buy the Liberty Bell and I would sell the crack. I've been to hell and back, and now I don't make trips outside of the matrix. I'm back to basics, boom bap, drums and bass licks. Predictable city life for bloods, hate crips. Ridiculous, silly strife, nothing makes sense. I shake sticks at little kids and call them invalids, and I warn them that I know where their sister lives. See, Sisyphus is incessantly stressing the senselessness in a 9 to 5. The question is this: am I alive? Barbed wire boundaries and electric fences. A highness surrounding me without exits or entrances. I'm the boy inside the bubble, try to enjoy this time of trouble. The human touch ain't doing much before I die, let's cuddle. A spoon and such, get nude and fuck, become a full-time couple. Feud for months and ruin what's been lightening, I struggle. But nothing's more relieving than the release of a breathing burden. I'll wipe my hands clean of a needy person. I'll wipe my hands clean of a needy person. My feet are hurting, I'ma fly away to where the birds keep chirping like. Every day it's like, all I hear is, it's always like that.
Crack that whip!
Iceland. Obviously, y'all have a false sense of airport security. I mean, y'all really need to be checking the souls of these Western medicine men adopting Eastern philosophy, selling you Zen in a bottle. They're carcinogen-enhanced canned cornballs. I'm not saying what they do to you once they have you. All I know is how they get you. These genetically enhanced, manipulated, fast food culture crooks.
Acknowledge game on this incoming lane. I've been well trained for bringing the pain, flaying them flames. I'm the cancer stick you're dancing with. I come with the answers quick, but answer this: how you gon' survive when and is this? The shots up in your veins, the rocks you wanna slang, the ox up in the bang, the cops who pop Tremaine. There's no way you could avoid me. I've been put here to employ grief, destroy beef, so killers and murderers will enjoy me. Darren Hannah, hot and see, go find Savannahs. Don't doubt me, my outreach preach Cuban Havanas. Worldwide, I catch you at your girl's crib and Earl's ride. So avalanche advancing partner, kiss the world by. My greatest achievement was having you all believing I never existed. I'm that clever and twisted. Now endeavor how wicked's my vaccination. I've captured nations through manipulation, so you know I have the patience. I'm everything that's wrong in your life. Strong gripe to bite the crack bite and longing for nights. Flows be like the soul of Denzel and falling upon touch, corrupting any mode I put my all in. Celebritized, I got media spreading my vibes every time presidents lie or a resident dies. I'm evident guy, ever since Sly I stone families for pleasure or pride. Made my home out in Amity. My definition's in your last breath of living, when you gasping and slipping into pastors and driven. I got you.
When you least expect it while you eat your breakfast, high fructose corn syrup as the main ingredient to beat you senseless. Your bleeding head splits, needlessly pulling teeth at the dentist. I get you, baby, people are people weak and defenseless. In a rat trap making you think there's cheese at the exits, feeding the pretentious vegetarians sneaking meat in their lettuce. You've got it all upside down, hung by your feet with a necklace. Especially if it's made of hemp. I'ma get you raising the rent while lowering your paycheck. File for bankruptcy, but see y'all still manage to stay in debt. That's the American way of the world trade train wreck. I'ma get you, baby, with the reign of the technology to make you obsolete like cassettes in your tape deck. Television's used to water down your thoughts and leave your brains wet. Keep talking revolution, but ain't shit changed yet. They're vague threats, no matter how bold the print. Now I'ma get you putting aluminum in your underarm deodorant. Fooled you into thinking breast cancer was better than body odor stink, but bad to the bone like the Coca-Cola you sip. I get you, baby, giving you only soda to drink, making you go to the shrink to control what you think. Deceptive teeth biting off the protective sheath over your dick. And even if you don't smoke, it a second hand to choke you with. I'm old and sick and too broken to fix. Holy shit, I'm gonna get you.
Bad boy step in, we on some bad boy step in. And Blue Maximum, they on some bad boy step in. Do ya?
Tonight, I'm in the mood for some unscheduled affection, spontaneous combustion, playing with my fire inside, burning my inner child black into skin to the tint of a sweatshirt. Hey, when you play with the big boys, you get hurt. I used to suck my thumb while rubbing some blankies across my cheek, till my mom denied me access to balls for weeks. We don't speak to this day. I came to terms with my fear and loathing. Now I wear this clothing like it's an extra layer of old skin, afraid to shed tears in the fabric from years that I had it found abandoned on the stairs to the attic, collecting runaway skin cells, absorbing memories, spent to hell and back, dragged through the dirt and even worn by enemies. Born in the 70s of the 20th century, making that distinctions for future reference in case y'all remember me and my genesis. What's most important is to remember this: women and men are pissed when they kiss, they exchange spit that is venomous. Most of it is affectionate, and the effects of this has us quick to clench a fist. Don't get fancy with your paintbrush when you reminisce. I'm sentimental and I miss what used to be close to me, or maybe I just got OCD and I can't break my old routines. Hopefully I reconcile with my inseparables, with eyes aside from head to toes, instead of symbolizing clothes, identifying with outside symbols. Cut out the middleman, but my whoopee is in demand. Yeah, I'm feeling like a kid again. It protected me from the wind, sea, and sand. Keep me safe from the crazy cemetery walks in every awkward moment. Spent talking with the boogeyman. Managed unconditional comfort, comfortably. Certain circumstance was abandoned as I've come to understand. The monsters are under my bed again. The monsters are under my bed again. Dedicated to the memory of my black sweatshirt.
Death is a dignitary who, when he comes announced, is to be received with formal manifestations of respect, even by those most familiar with him.
Dark lenses tint the windows that are under my eyelids to hide from the light like I'm stuck in a fire pit, burning up inside with no desire to live through these lies. So I suffer in silence, culture of violence, truth stuck behind my lips, bound, gagged, and whipped, stripped, divided, and split, eating words with a forked tongue. And now the grumble on my stomach's got the thump of a war drum. A battle going on inside, nobody's safe from. Clowns are playing Russian roulette with paint guns. They run in place, and they call it the human race, losing pace with that stupid look on their face, shooting blanks. And all they ask is why I wear these glasses, and all I can tell them is hell, it's good fashion. All they ask is why I wear these glasses, and all I can tell them is hell. We're acting like men of steel with a thin protective shield, gathering the raw footage that can never make the final reel. So we cover up the stories that eyes tell, make way for what we take to the grave. It doesn't bide well with souls buried in a Faustian bargain bin. In the cemetery there's a joust between God and men, talking loud but ain't saying nothing. Used to have daily discussions, I doubt we'll ever talk again. All they ask is why I wear these glasses, and all I can tell them is hell, it's good fashion. All they ask is why I wear these glasses, and all I can tell him is hell.
Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful. Thou art not so. But those thou dost think as thou dost overthrow, die not, poor death, nor canst thou kill me.
Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, gather my fangs and I quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back, keep enemies closer than their friends are at. Rose in my mouth, the petals are black. One armored suit, the metal's intact. I come fully strapped with a skull woolly hat. Just picture that. Clickety-clack. Now I find my location and unfold the map. My index inspects it and follows the path. My horse is on loan and I borrowed a staff from some mystical wizard. I will give it back. But I'm off to the races, my face has got cracks, worn out and weathered like a red leather mask. Been through the storm, future, present, and past. Light as a feather, swift as a cat, cold as a rock. You know not what you knit from my sack, little bastard. You'll get skinned for that and swim with the fishes once I finish this task. No strings attached. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack. Gather my fangs, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Keep enemies closer than where friends are at. Kick myself in the ass for not bringing my axe, but I got the flash paper in one single match. Light won't escape me, a fire will catch. You'll beg and you'll plead, you'll scream and you'll scratch, but nothing can save you, you need to relax. I'll keep you alive for a while, feed you scraps, love you like you deserve love with some smacks, a kick and a slap. It's no longer personal, I'm simply detached from what's hurtful. I need to keep my business exact, separate beings. I can see our differences are vast and I can't bridge the gap. Clickety-clack. Built a rickety raft out of twigs and some grass, and I made it to shore just before it collapsed. Salute to this mission, take swigs from your flask, tilt your glass, pick your poison. I'm poised to be fast on your scent. Picked it up just by sniffing the tracks, kept my ear to the ground and heard snickers and laughs, adding insult to injury for criminal acts. Now the cost of your freedom is a liberty tax. Clickety-clack, clickety-clack, gather my fangs, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Enemies closer than where friends are at. You should've known better than to be mingling with rats. Gotta lead to your shack from some gypsies in the trash. Cryptic interactions, I asked them to stick to facts. Made a trade and gave them everything that I packed. There's a brick through your window, can sit through the glass. Notice the note in which the brick was wrapped, explaining that I know how you're quick to the dash, but it won't be very long before you slip in my trap like a moth to the flame with its wings in the wax. It's hard to escape with your limbs in the cast. Your heart will deflate when your wrists both get slashed, and gradually I snap these synapses in half. Magnificent crescendo, the cymbals all crash. You'll pay for your deeds, but we don't accept cash. We will mix and match this for that, tit for tat. Gonna get it back. Get you back. Clickety clack, clickety clack. Gather my fingers, quickly attack. Sword in my sheath, knife in my back. Keep enemies closer than where friends are at. Clickety clack, 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 clickety clack. I know I look good. Stop sweating me. I'm making myself look pretty. I'm making myself look pretty for you. I'm making myself look prettier. Let me rub my back against the notches on your bedpost. The scratchies have the thoughts off my flesh and shed ghosts. My head's close to your closet door. Cut the glass to my ear, my nose is in your business. I smell something fishy here. I hear bones rattling, poems battling for space and time. Phones that are ring when I make judgment calls with pickup lines. Sexual hang-ups leave me waiting nude while alone. It gets aggravating, masturbating to a dial tone. I'm the home to runaway trains of thought. My one-track mind is a collision in a course where victims cross bedroom eyes. Uncross their legs, exposing inner thighs. I disrobe, I show my most convincing disguise. I've lived so many lives. Each death has left my face scarred. Hit so many lies under my breath that I can't face scar. Dig into my mind. Deep enough you'll find a graveyard. Get nervous, bodies will resurface every time it rains hard. Don't cry, girl. Let me outline your shortcomings. My world is full of them and they're all in the long runnings. It's all fun and games, all done in vain. It's hell of fucking shame. I ain't the one. Well, I'm the one to complain. I'm the one to come home, compare, contrast, come fast. Make love to the present, fuck the past. Make love to the present, fuck the past. Nothing lasts, don't you dare worry about the morning aftermath. I'm making myself look pretty. I'm making myself look pretty for you. I'm making myself look prettier. Taking an acid bath, pissing on the shower curtain. The gal just laughed and starts dissing my towel turban. I had to ask if she knew how to listen. Now I'm certain, now my task just to get up in her like I was a surgeon. I'm a virgin who makes exceptions at sunset. My dirty skin gets cleansed by the summer sweat. So have some respect. I don't need you new and clean. I don't want the procedure routine. A screw machine with a few bolts loose. Robot response, touch tone. Here trigger happy-go-lucky emotion monger wants a love poem. Run home, dip into your closet and jump on. Your secret admirer stuck higher up and he's unknown. Looking down on you. Can y'all bear the burden? My ears are hurting. I found a few gears are turning with squeaky wheels. Get the grease, it's a damn nuisance. Understand the blueprints for our mechanical movements. It never ends, smooth sense. We abuse the earth, grab a handful of pubis and remove the turf. Refuse its worth, we lose our shirt. She assumed the worst, needed proof of birth. I'm leaving this universe. It seems doomed and cursed. If you come first, come fast, come here, come back, compare, contrast, complain, constrain, constantly ask complicated questions, contain scientific answers in your flask. Condone, condemn, come home, come friend, confuse common issues, continue, comprehend, karma, chameleon, come again, continue to come in you, come to daddy, condescend, come and bring us confidence, cuddling is compliments, come to think it's one from guilty consciousness of common sense. Calm down, complete, compound, come eat our common ground, meat from man-made concrete. Come to the street, conquer the weak, come to terms with coming last. Make love to the present, fuck the past. Make love to the present, fuck the past. Nothing lasts, don't you dare worry about the morning aftermath. I'm making myself look pretty. I'm making myself look pretty for you. I'm making myself life look prettier. When I make love to the present. When I make love to the present. When I make love to the present. Fuck the past.
Come now.
When I make love to the president. When I make love to the president. When I make love to the president. Fuck the pastor.
Come now.
It's been a hell of a year, but I'm mentally prepared to do a dance around the next couple medical scares. I'm Fred Astaire with metal wearing quickly off my tap shoes. I step quietly the way the cats move, but I'm bear-like, my head trapped in dare lights. You could call me John, I'm writing letters to the dark side of the moon tonight. My lovely Jane, you went away but the pain stayed. I'm sending you a package to the address where you traded names. Made no claims of the identity theft, more concerned about the home with no amenities left. It's already a mess, the dust piles like your junk mail. So I eat away depression and crush the scale. You find yourself on the opposite side of the spectrum, emaciated on a strict diet of breadcrumbs. Me, I choose to wallow and swim in my fat. You refuse to swallow, so I see ribs from the back. This isn't an attack, it's an admission of guilt. I'm living in the past, kissing your ass, sipping your milk, but it's all bone and curdle. I saw stones in a circle, stood in the middle, told myself riddles in a robe that's purple. The murder weapon was an icicle. Is that the reason why I'm standing in this puddle with my eyes so full? I fight feelings like a war on drugs. I'm a chemist with a test tube addiction, born through coffee mugs. Our baby now is all grown up. Your car is still dead in my driveway while I wait for the tow truck. And you know what? I know I drove you away, and I still don't think it was wrong, so I don't know what to say. It's been a tough year. You say that life ain't fair, well guess what, baby? Life ain't, and them's the breaks. You say that life ain't worth it, but it is. You gotta work it, nobody's life is perfect, yeah. You've been dealt a bad hand, placed against a stacked deck. Been through all the CAT scans and bad checks, but I slashed your debt, not your wrists. And I couldn't help with anything else that became cancerous. Halfway people with a full baby to bury. Took a flame to the paper mache sanctuary. When the smoke clears, try not to stare into the light, but also don't stay in the dark as if that's what life is like. It's just a series of unfortunate events, but the messages we get are more important than death. What's the rush? I got a shortness of breath. What's the rush? Running from you, running from me. The rush, the crush, the lust, the love, trust. So what's the trouble? The busted bubble, the unjust. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. It does suck. Suck it up, we're all looking, but nothing's enough. Use each other as a crutch, the clutch, the shift switches. You couldn't just adjust, you combusted and ripped pictures. This is why I'm not considered a saint. Well, guess what? I ain't. It's been a hell of a year. You say that I ain't there, I ain't care, and life ain't fair. It's been a hell of a trip. You say my mind's unfit, I've been flipping, I ain't shit. It's been a hell of a life. You say that I ain't like the way I write, and that ain't right. It's been a hell of an attempt. You say that I ain't meant for promises unkept. Well, guess what, darling? I'ma keep calling. Guess right, darling? I ain't gonna sleep in the morning. Guess right, the day night makes my beats in the cauldron. Stress everywhere, right on the trite songs I sing. Guess what, darling? I'ma keep calling. Guess right, darling? I ain't gonna sleep in the morning. Guess right, the day night makes my beats in the cauldron. Stress everywhere, right? And I'ma keep calling. Keep calling. Keep on calling. Keep on calling. Keep on calling.
The answer comes in the form of a handwritten letter from the moon. It says, "This is brutally beautiful. So are we. This is endless. So are we. We can heal this." Signed, Crater Face. P.S. I wanna die, motherfuckers. Yeah, it's true. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But my
Every midnight, we sit at the coffee table and we share a cup of tea. He stays up with me and we
discuss things. Most of the time he just listens, other times offers suggestions, or he just ignores my questions. It gets more depressing as time passes. Every night I ask this one question, and all he does is wipe his glasses. It's aggravating as hell, just waiting to tell whether or not he can even remember the answer, whether or not he's choosing not to tamper with his memory, whether or not he can even remember me. What a waste of time. But every night it's that same damn routine. One green cup of tea and me stuck all by myself once it's empty. Then I'm off the bed with plenty of caffeine to keep me up and thinking. The cup I'm drinking from is never clean. I can't remember if it's a dream. Once I awaken I walk from my messy bed and anticipate the next late night talk. You don't scare me. Why are you still sitting here? I'm not afraid of you. You are not intimidating. What is it that you want from me? I'm not leaving. I want to stay. Every midnight, we sit at the coffee table and we share a cup of tea. He stays up with me and we discuss things. Most of the time he just listens, other times offers suggestions with his awful expressions, altered reflections. His whole aura is see-through with more confessions. I don't want to leave you. This cup should be bottomless. As my insecurities spill, I see his face fading away. I surely need a refill. I purposely keep still and don't move much, except to wet my lips with sips. With every kiss of death I lose touch. I sip the tea carefully, cause it's at the degree of separation. Tasting his forked tongue in bilingual conversation, waiting for his answer still. And at any given chance I will sweeten low my bitter past. Let the cancer kill the small talk. Hi man, this bitter taste in my mouth needs to get washed out. Ghosts in his house don't have anything timely to talk about. The concept is dead, there's nothing death should interrupt. I went to bed last night with one sip left in the cup.
Can't make my tire and can't be flyer. By the age of 16 I'm able to retire.
He offered her the world but came up short. The nastiest of storms made him settle on a city with a port. He watched ships sail by in the middle of July. He wrote notes on paper boats, sat and waited for replies. Hope floats even when it's on fire, especially when it's on fire. But the smoke makes him tired. Took a blade to the chest like he was opening a body bag. Sir, he's still alive in there, but Christ then, remove the tag. What's it say? It says fold along the lines and set me free, not on fire. Cause oftentimes when I set myself free, this empty bag of a body tends to get burned in effigy. I've lost the energy to fight off the flames. I'll blow it off like it's all just a game. All the same, wish he wouldn't write himself out of the picture. It's a beautiful lotion that you got when there's someone there to share it with you. This is why she can't have nice things. He was too caught up in work to sign for the nice deliveries that life brings. Now he can't tell if he's dead or not. He said, I bet I am and I can prove it. She said, you better not. This is why she can't have nice things. Because talk is cheap and there was poor communication. All he wanted to say on the dock that day was I love you and I'm sorry. But instead he just waved goodbye. And he cried love so much he watched the waters rise up. It must have been a changing of the tides, but I've come to assume it was the changing of a mind. Once upon a blood moon, they skimmed rocks for the whole day. He imagined he was throwing rotten parts of himself that broke away, so he couldn't stop. Fascinated by the way they skip up top, give up and then drop. He sank with him. They convened on the rock bottom and made a decision. They could never raise children, not like this. Not like people who make babies on purpose. That's when he came to the surface, fully intending to be so strong in his resolve, till all of it dissolved, slipping through his pruny fingers like this could have been ours. But this is to the offers that can't be followed through with. The waterworks, the leaky faucets, the lost fluids, to the current of the stream that'll always push you from me, to the reoccurring dream that makes reality less ugly in a picturesque setting where the world looks airbrushed. Needless to say, words failed us on the dock that day. All I wanted to say was I love you and I'm sorry, but instead I just waved goodbye. And I cried love so much I watched the waters rise up. It must have been a changing of the tides that was breaking up our lives. It was a water rage wrinkle in time. And yes sir, minds are made for the changing, but mine's been deteriorating like the bluffs in the shoreline where I've been waiting to exhale since the summer when we watched every last one of our friends set sail. And I was the only living boy left in Providence, collecting death certificates and the rest of my documents just for origami purposes. I gave them to the ocean like, hey, look at me, I'm great at folding. Guess I'll just do this the rest of my life. It's got to do with lots of loving, and it ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. and there was poor communication. This is why she can't have nice things. He set fire to the paper boat sonatas he's been writing. And this is why I assume the moon was bleeding, and why there wasn't any blood left in the rock you were squeezing. This is why she can't have nice things. He was too caught up in work assigned for the nice deliveries of life brings. This is why she can't have nice things. Because talk is cheap and there was poor communication. This is why she can't have nice things. He set fire. To be polite, I'm talking about you. Unconspicuous, keep killing that sweet feeling. The mystique's building. I only speak to the freakishly cheap children. For some cheap thrill thing, I'll be willing to make purchases on my credit card as long as it's of discreet billing. I am expected to get murdered by bombs, so I open up my mailbox with surgical tongs, rubbing antibacterial paste on my virginal palms. Then it gets a little less complex than Oedipus' words from my mom's. Ever heard of the song by that guy, what's his face, who says those things? I love that song. think that it's called ambiguity, and the music be handed to you and me in the form of animal cruelty. I'm heading to the laboratory to freeze some mice today, heading back to the lab to prove the skin color of Jesus Christ is gray. Impressionable minds have nothing even nice to say. Your brain is putty in my hands, my man, it seems just like some clay. See, I'm strange, I'll take my time to rearrange your frame of mind. You wanna be with Sage, wait in line with the rest of them grapevine swinging idiots. You ain't busting no grape and making wine, you ain't duplicating my rhyming, bitch. I'm older and dirtier than that bastard baby Jesus is, masturbating penises in an alleyway where she just is, thinking that's enough and it is. Asking, can I live? Is the way these asinine kids imply that they are dead already. They are. Get in your car, release the brakes, put it in neutral. I won't steer you wrong. This way to the future, follow along.
Come follow me. Come follow me. Come follow me. Come follow me. Me.
I'm not saying all the good songs have been written, but all the good songs have been written